Hi, everybody. How are we this evening? Oh, it is that lovely time again. Opening the chat box. For those of you joining live, hello, hello, hello. Sorry, it seems like my finger or my hand is like right in front of the camera, but I guess it's not. The camera's up here. Anyway, all right. Chat is open, so you've got that going. All right. Hi, I'm Jacqui Duran. Another week, another training. This is fabulous. Fabulous. We're at week 27, if my counting is spot on. And this week I thought it would be a really good topic to talk all about customer service, because this is truly my favorite topic ever, 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 within my personal life, within my Scentsy life. This is my topic. So I come from a sales, I don't want to say family. My grandfather owned and operated restaurants for years. So I kind of grew up in like the hospitality or customer service industry. And then when I started getting to be of working age, I started out being a waitress in restaurants and bartended, and then kind of took that with the restaurant company that I was with and became a trainer and started doing training. And I just had a passion for customer service, and that's just kind of where my niche in life kind of fell. So this topic hits close to home for me. I really enjoy this topic. So if you are joining me for the first time, I want to welcome you. If not, welcome back for those of you who are back again. I do a weekly training video every single Tuesday night at 9:15 p.m. Central Standard Time here in the U.S. I say that because I have opened myself up to Canada and Mexico now. So I've got some Canadian and Mexican contact. So I just want you guys to know, so you guys can know when to join me live. So thank you all for taking time. For those of you on to join me, and for those of you watching playback, I always say kudos, because if you're a Scentsy consultant and you're working your business, whether that's via playback or via live, it doesn't matter, because the beauty of Scentsy is it's our business, right? We get to work it around our schedule. So if you're a busy chick like I am, if you've got the kids down in bed and you've got a little bit of quiet time, it's a perfect time to watch a training video. So literally at your fingertips. It's amazing. I will try and sneak one into my lunch break every so often at work, because it Scentsy makes me happy. So if I'm having like a really stressful, bad day at work, I will watch something Scentsy related during my lunch break. And for 20-30 minutes, I can kind of like hit my reset button, and just kind of mentally leave work for a moment. So it works for me. Don't forget, if you guys are consultants and you're interested in training, then make sure you're subscribing. And if you're not a consultant, but maybe you're just curious about Scentsy, maybe you just want to learn a little bit more, again, go ahead and hit subscribe, and that way you won't miss any of these weekly videos. And then I also throw in fun videos. I did a fun video earlier this evening with like a great big Scentsy haul that I got in. Not great big, it wasn't huge, but it was very exciting to me, because it was like some really great warmers that I got on the birthday bash that we had. So we still have our amazing July promotion. So talking about joining Scentsy, this is the month to do it, guys, because I've never seen it this low. You can sign up to sell Scentsy for only $49 US or $59 Canada. You get what we call the Essential Starter Kit. That is literally everything that you need to work your business. You get the mini testers compared to the big party testers, which in the big scheme of things, not that big of a deal really, because I run my business on the mini testers. So for me, that's like a win-win. But everything you need is still going to be in that essential starter kit. Order forms, catalogs, you get a warmer, you're still going to have everything that you need to run your business. So you're not like getting shortchanged by any means. You're just getting an amazing deal to join. So that's awesome. So for those consultants out there, make sure that you are still talking about it, because, it's only the 14th of the month. We still have the whole last half of the month to go. So don't let it pass you by, and don't let it pass your potential team members by either. You want to make sure that you're offering the opportunity. Just remind them, and for your information also, when people are signing up, they still do have the option to still choose the $99 kit option, right? That is still there. It's always still available. So when they're actually joining, when they're going into the join screen, it will, it's on the very first page. Like, you put in your name, your address, and then about that portion is where it will ask you for which kit, and there's like a drop down. And normally that's where you can choose if you need it in Spanish, or if you need it in English, or if you were joining for another country, or you needed it in another language like French or something, you could choose that. But there is now what they call the Essential Starter Kit. I think it's Essential Spring Summer Starter Kit. And essential, obviously, is a play on words. So it's ESCENTIAL, so Essential Starter Kit. And that's the one that's going to be $49. So the regular starter kit that is still listed there is the $99 one. So just FYI for you, if you are getting on to join, or if you have potential team members who are going to be joining, that's kind of how you want to direct them. So that way they make sure they're getting the right kit at the right price. This is the last month for Launch to Leadership Incentive. And I don't know about you guys, but I have totally been counting my points, because, I'm totally overdue for like a Caribbean vacation. And this is a Mexican vacation, because it's a all-inclusive, all expenses paid cruise to Cozumel. Yeah. If everything goes the way that I have set my goals out for this month, then you're looking at a cruise earner right here. Right here. This lady is going to do it. That means I'm going to have to go down to the post office and actually get myself a passport. I have never in my life had the need for a passport. I'm going to need a passport. So exciting. So exciting. So on that note, let's just jump into something else even more exciting, which is customer service. And we're going to do rockstar customer service, because, we're Scentsy and we rock it out. We totally do. Let me preface this. Like I said, big topic for me. I hold it very near and dear to my heart, because, like I said, I come from a family who was very big on customer service. And in my personal life, I drive my own sales, where I spend my money. It all has to do with customer service. Truly does. Truly does. And you guys probably have both scenarios, right? You've had the experiences where you've had just really some poor customer service, or just none at all, right? Like, you bought something and you just got nothing. I was listening to a consultant talk the other day, and she was talking about how, customer service was important to her as well. And that's kind of what started getting me thinking about this topic for this week. And she was talking about how, and I'm not going to say the name of the other direct selling company, but it was just another direct selling company, right? And she had ordered, a regular order. And she said that she had gotten a call from the consultant and had said, oh, hey, just want to let you know that I dropped your stuff off for you. It's on your front porch. And she was like on her way home from work. She was like, oh, okay, thanks. Appreciate it. And so she got home and, so in her head, she's like all excited. She's like, oh, my stuff came. Awesome. So she walks up to her front door, and there in her front door is a Walmart sack. And she's like, okay, what's this? And she opens it up, and her products are just like sitting inside the sack. There's no order form. There's no thank you. She said nothing was even labeled. She's like, obviously I knew it was my products because it was the product company that I had ordered, and it was the stuff I had ordered. But had that consultant not even called to tell her that she had just literally dropped it and ran, then she's like, I would have been like, what the heck is this? And so she took it inside and, opened up her products, and she's like, do you know that I never even heard from that person ever again? They never asked me if I liked it. They didn't email me. They didn't call me. They didn't Facebook me. They didn't anything. And she was just like, that was the worst experience I'd probably ever had from a direct selling company. I totally had to agree with her. I would have been very turned off by that myself. I really would have been. Now, on the same token, we can kind of flip that coin, and you guys can probably come up with one scenario in which you've had a really great customer service experience. I myself, my husband and I went, and we went to go purchase a new car. We ended up leasing a car, and we went to our local dealership, and we had the most amazing, when you go to a car dealership, you know what you're going to expect, right? You know that you're going to walk in, they're going to try and sell you everything. They're going to upsell everything, right? You're going to get shown the most expensive car on the lot. That's what they're going to start you out with. And you're going to fall in love with it. And then they're going to tell you the price, and you're going to go, no, and walk away. But this experience was unlike any other. I had walked in, we told them what our budget was, what we wanted to spend per month, what kind of car we wanted, what we were needing it for. We were immediately placed into a car that fit all of that. And we sat down, we did the paperwork. While we were waiting, because everything has to go through, the paperwork has to be done, right? There's paperwork to be done. So it was a little bit of a wait. We had our 5-year-old with us, and the salesman was great because he sat there and he talked to her. Now, I don't know about you guys who maybe have younger children, but whenever I take my daughter somewhere and they try to interact with my daughter, they don't always talk to her. They will usually talk to me about her, right? Which is fine. She doesn't care. She doesn't understand. But for him to ask me what her, get her name, and he got down, bent down, got down on her level, talked to her, and because she was starting to get hungry, she was starting to get thirsty. She's 5. She has the attention span of a goat. So she's sitting there just, not understanding that we have to wait for paperwork at this point. And he turned to her and he was like, Madison, do you like pizza? And she goes, mm-hmm. And he goes, we ordered some pizza. It's in the break room. Do you want to go with me and get some pizza? And she's like, yeah. And he looks at us and he's like, is it okay if I just take her back there to get some pizza? And my husband's like, yeah, I'll walk with you. So he walked back there, and, it's a stranger. We just don't let her walk off with strangers. So he walked back kind of with her. But, the salesman took her, was holding her hand, talking to her the whole time. And, my husband's like, she's never like that with anybody, And so they went back. He got her a slice of pizza. He brought her out. He asked her if she wanted some water. He goes and gets her a bottle of water, and he sat it down. He's like, how's that pizza, Madison? And he's talking to her. And I was just sitting there watching this all unfold going, gosh, I have never had that happen anywhere I've gone. And anyway, we got our paperwork done. We got our keys. We left. We came back a week later to pick up our license plates for the car. And when I walked in, the salesman had actually called me to let me know the plates were in. And so I told him that I was going to be coming by right after work. And so he knew approximately what time I was coming. And so when I showed up, I walked in the door, And I saw him kind of like across the showroom, and he comes walking straight over. Jacqui, how are you today? How was work today? Was it a good day? You know, busy all day today? Was it one of those days, or was it like one of those days that just flew by? Oh, it was wonderful. Thank you. He's here. Have a seat. Have a seat. I'm gonna go get the plates. I'm gonna put them on the car for you. You go ahead and sit down. Oh, does Madison want some popcorn while he remembered her name? I was just completely, I felt like, and I think I even put like a post out on Facebook. I was like, I feel like a diva today. I like totally feel like Beyonce at the moment. Like I'm being treated like a queen. I've never been treated like that. And it stuck with me. It was just like, this was the most amazing experience. And every other time that I've gone into the dealership, like I'd go in for our first maintenance, last week? Again, I walk in. The salesman was there and he remembered my name. He walked up to me. He saw Madison with me, remembered that she liked the popcorn. So as we're off playing some video games, he went and grabbed a bag of popcorn and brought it to us while she was playing video games. It wasn't anything huge. He didn't go above and beyond, but he truly made a difference in the entire experience. Because if I had taken him out of the equation, yes, I still would have bought a car. And yes, I still would have gone back in for the maintenance package. But would I have been that impressed with them? I would have been like, yeah, it was a fun experience. It was great. But instead, I'm like, this dealership's flipping amazing. I love these people. Anytime somebody asks me, you know, they're like, oh, I'm looking for a car. Hey, you need to go see Ben, my guy over here at the Toyota lot. And I give them his card. You know, I'm pimping him out all over town. That is how much he made an impression on me. And that is the kind of impression that I try to portray to my Scentsy customers. And that's what I want you guys to portray to yours. That's what I consider that rock star service, okay? The rock star service is really kind of going, again, it's not going like above and beyond. You're not going, you know, out of your budget, so to speak, in order to make an experience better. But you're simply taking the time to get to know your customers, to remember them, to make that impression and build that relationship, because that is what it is truly all about. When we are in the direct selling business, like we are with Scentsy, you truly are, you're selling your brand, you're selling you, and you happens to be what your brand is, right? If on Facebook, you have your, maybe if you're like me, I've got a Facebook fan page, right? I highly, highly suggest that if you have a fan page, or if you do like a group page, whatever it is that you do, a lot of people will put like a warmer or something like that as their picture or something. And that's fine to do something fun like that every so often. But I truly, truly suggest to make your face or your profile picture. Because again, you are representing your brand. You want people to look at you, recognize you, just like if you're going into the store with your Scentsy shirt on or carrying your Scentsy bag. You want them to be like, that's the Scentsy lady. I recognize her. I remember her. Oh, I know who she is. That's the one who sells Scentsy, and it's amazing. So standing out from the crowd is very, very, very important to me, and it should be to you. Because trust me, it is to your customers. To your customers that you probably sell to every single month, excuse me, they very well may also buy from another direct selling company, right? They may have another friend who sells another product, or they just happen to like another product from a direct selling company, okay? And that's fine. Now, they can go anywhere and buy, I don't want to say Scentsy, but there are other places, even at the grocery store, that sells wickless candles, right? They do. But when they go to the store, are they going to get the same treatment that they're going to get if they come to you? Lily says no. And I say no, they're not. Okay. The cashier, when she rings me up, is certainly not going to call me in 2 weeks and ask me if I really love that scent that I bought when I was in the store. She's not. She's not going to send me an email and remind me, would you like some wax? Because this scent just came out and I think you're going to love it. No, she's not. but we are. Okay, that is where the distinction is. And I don't want you guys to get caught up. I know a lot of consultants, new and not old, but consultants who have been doing it for a while, who get very caught up in the fact that there are other products out there that are similar to Scentsy. You know what, guys? That is perfectly fine. Same thing with people who get caught up because they're like, oh my gosh, there's another consultant who works in the same building as I do. Or, oh my gosh, there's a consultant who lives down the street from me and I don't know what to do. You guys have got to stand out from the crowd. Okay. Like I said, if somebody's going to buy it in the store, that's fine. Let them go buy it in the store. You know, somebody who says, oh yeah, I can get that anywhere. I don't need Scentsy. Fine. But are they going to give you the same customer service that I'm going to? I seriously doubt it. Are you going to be able to host a party and get free or product credit, free Scentsy and half price Scentsy? I highly doubt it. Are you going to be able to know when the new scents are coming or if there's going to be a special next month? Is the store going to tell you that? Are they going to send you an email? Are they going to give you a quick phone call? Are they going to text you? Absolutely not. No, they are not. You are, though. You are going to be the difference for them. And that's where the customer service lies. Kind of going along with that, when new warmer scent of the month are available, when those come out, don't forget to think of your customers, right? I'm not going to go ahead and spill the beans here about August warmer, but I'm going to say it's more like teacher themed. Hint, hint. So it kind of is that theme. So what am I going to do? I'm going to reach out first to my customers and to my friends who are teachers or somebody who works in that industry. And I'm going to give them like a sneak peek of what's to come, right? Because I'm reaching out to them on a personal level. And that is going to make a difference. Because I'm going to say, hey, I know what you do. And I just wanted to show you this because I thought it was really awesome. And it made me think of you. You don't necessarily have to come right out and say, don't you want to buy this warmer? It's awesome. Don't you want to buy it? And you want to. You really want to. You want them to do that. But you don't have to even come out and say that, right? Make it more of that personal relationship that you're building with that person. You're sharing something with them, okay? They're either going to be interested or they're not. You're not going to break my heart if you tell me no. I don't want to buy it. But if you tell me yes, then I'm going to be very thankful that I told you. And they're 9 times out of 10 going to be very thankful that I told them as well, because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, she totally thought about me when she saw that warmer. And I thought that was really cool. Does the store do that? Your spirit shines through with everything that you do, right? Again, you are your brand, okay? You are your brand when it comes to Scentsy. So when you're, just like if you were doing a home party, we always say, Scentsy spirit. And it's so true because we truly have Scentsy spirit. So when you're talking to your customers, when you're portraying yourself to your customers, let that Scentsy spirit shine through, okay? You can hear it in your voice. If you're talking to somebody on the phone, if somebody's calling you, whether it's maybe the phone company or, the water company, whoever it is that you're talking to, you can tell if they're having a really bad day or if they're actually enjoying their job. You really, truly can by the tone and the spirit in their voice, right? You can tell. You can totally tell. If I walk up to you and I say, hey, how are you doing today? Oh my gosh, it's so hot. But can you believe this weather? Oh my goodness. Or if I walk up to you and I go, hey, how's it going? Who would you rather talk to? I know who I would rather talk to. Whenever you are working with a customer, right? Whether that's doing a bag party, whether that's doing a home party, whether it's just doing an online order, what have you, I highly recommend trying to get as much contact info as you possibly can. And I always say that there are some certain things that you really want to try and get when it comes to contact info, right? Obviously, you need a name. I think it's important to try and ask them to have their address. So if they're not, if you're not having a party or seeing them personally, giving them a book or a catalog or mailing them one, you really want to make sure that you're trying to capture as much of the upper top of your order form as you possibly can, right? Obviously, you need their name. You want their address. And I will always try, and I actually take my order forms before I give them out, and I actually highlight the fields because it just kind of draws attention to those. So that's a good idea too. But I always tell them, make sure you fill out your address because every single month I do mail outs with the new scent of the month. And my new postcards, my mail outs are going to be going out next week. And I want to make sure that I get you down. So if I don't have your address, I won't be able to send you one. So make sure you put it down for me so that way I can get you one in the mail. Get that address if you can. Another good one, obviously, is phone. And whenever I have somebody fill out an order form, this is what I do. This is what I have started doing, okay? Maybe Scentsy will take my advice someday. I don't know. I'm putting it out there on the idea share. But I have a space for day phone, and I have a space for evening phone. If you can see that there on the order form, evening phone. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but the majority of people that I know and I talk to and my customers, they will usually only give me one phone number. And that's usually because a lot of people, myself included, and my husband and a lot of my friends, we don't have like landlines anymore, right? We don't have a home phone number. We have our cell phone, right? And that serves as our all-time phone, right? So I don't really have a day and an evening phone. I don't give out my direct line at work to anybody for multiple reasons. But so what I've started doing is where it says evening phone, I draw a line through that. And on that line, I will write text or call. And I'll kind of space it out with like a line in between them. Text, question mark, line, call, question mark. And then just write like the word circle me or something. And then I like draw a little arrow, right? Okay, it takes me a second to do it. Okay, it takes me a second literally to do it. But what am I doing there? What I'm asking them for is what method of contact they prefer. Some people like the phone, some people like text. I'm a texter personally. So if somebody's going to ask me which way is the better way to get a hold of you, calling you or texting you, I'm going to say text me. All the time. Text me because I'm busy. I'm crazy. I usually have a 5-year-old attached to my hip and I can't normally have like an adult conversation on the phone a lot of times. So for me, text is the best and easiest option. And so I would much prefer somebody to ask me and do it that way rather than trying to attempt to call me multiple times and then just annoy the crap out of me because I'm not the phone person. I don't have time to sit there and be on the phone, but I can do texting back and forth while I'm making dinner and while I'm throwing a load of laundry in that night, what have you. So I do try and do that. Now, if I'm with my customer in person, I will straight out ask them that question. How do you prefer to be contacted? Because some people will even tell you email. Those just email me. I'm an email person. I check my email a lot, so email me. That's how I like to be contacted. No problem. I'll circle that when I'm writing their order form down. Because when I'm with them, whether it's a home party or whether I'm taking an individual order, I fill this out. I ask them the information and I write it down. First of all, I can read my own handwriting. Second of all, I know that I'm getting all the information that I need. Just my tip. And then collect that. And then what you want to do is... Now, obviously, for security reasons, and if you guys aren't doing this, I highly suggest doing this. After you enter in somebody's order, if they paid with a credit card, please shred this top copy or cut off the bottom and shred that. That's what I started doing. I was shredding the whole thing. But then for my follow-ups, I like to keep the top portion of it. So I actually tear off the bottom and I run that through the shredder. And then I keep the top half and it goes into an envelope. And then when I do follow-ups, I can just grab the piece of paper. But if you don't do that and you're all electronic, then please shred the whole thing. Again, customer service. I'm watching out for my customers. I would want somebody to do that for my information. So I try and do it for theirs. Now, again, getting organized. So I kind of touched on, how I kind of do my follow-ups, right? Very briefly. But do whatever works for you. It very well may be electronic. And now once I do a quick follow-up call, when I'm ready to, I will always do an initial follow-up, right, when they get their order. But then after that, everything goes into my phone, and that's where they live from here on out. Okay, so after that initial follow-up is done, I put their contact information into my phone. That's where they live. And that's when I'll put like that quick little blurb in, like, you know, oh, they really love fruity scents, or they ordered fruity scents, something like that. So I can just kind of remember, oh yeah, so if I get a scent of the month that comes out that's fruity, I can go through my contacts and be like, oh, Shannon loves the fruity ones. I got to let her know it's out. Another thing I kind of talked about with building relationships. Most of us anymore, we are building that customer base online, right? And a lot of it's done through Facebook. So I highly, 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 highly suggest a really great way to build relationships is to reach out to your customers, not just when you're trying to get them to buy something. And that doesn't mean just liking a post every so often. That drives me insane. I know some people who that is all they do. They just like posts. They never comment. They never do anything. They just like. That's lovely. However, I'd like a little personal interaction every so often. I mean, I know it's social media and all, but I still would like a little bit of personal interaction. You know, maybe why you liked it. I mean, maybe I said I was having a bad day and you liked that post. I'm like, what? You're happy that I'm having a bad day? I don't get it. I don't want to just know that you read it. I don't care about that. My whole point is to make relationships on social media. So when you're making those relationships, you're friending people on Facebook. So if you see that they've got a birthday that's coming up and they're your customer, right? You've got their information because you send them samples when they come out, or maybe even if you don't send a sample, it's hot right now. And I'm so nervous about sending my samples for the mail when it's this hot, but I'm torn. Even if you're just sending a flyer, you know, you're hoping to at least get something into them in the mail. I like to do that. I like to send people happy mail. But so hopefully you at least have some form of contact with your customers, right? You either at least have an address, or you have maybe a phone number, or you have an email. So if you see that it's their birthday, if you see that it's their wedding anniversary, if you see that they just had their first grandchild, why not reach out to that person and do a quick handwritten, you know, happy birthday card. Happy birthday. I hope you had a wonderful day. Or, you know, happy 5th anniversary. I saw that you and your husband were celebrating. Congratulations. I want to wish you another amazing year. Building relationships is not just about when somebody is going to be buying from you. It is truly about building a relationship, because I think that it's very important to build that relationship outside of the sale. And that's simply because working for Scentsy, or as a Scentsy consultant, an independent Scentsy consultant, I'm representing Scentsy, right? I'm representing the Scentsy family brand. Now, what does the Scentsy family brand kind of hold as some of their values, right? They hold authenticity, generosity. You know, I want to be authentic. And so I want to be able to give that and demonstrate that to my customers, not just when they're buying from me. Okay. Truly make yourself stand out from all those other salespeople. Don't just be another salesperson they truly are your friends, right? Or your acquaintances, friends, what have you, you know, so make it personal. Reach out to them. It doesn't take a whole lot to send a quick happy birthday card in the mail if you've got their address. If you don't, if you just have their email, just send them a quick email. Hey, I saw it was your anniversary. Happy anniversary to you and your wife or your husband. Hope you have a great time celebrating. Quick, short, simple, probably took you 2 minutes, if that, to write that email. Okay, it doesn't take a lot, and it does not take a whole heck of a lot of time. All right, let's jump in here. So we've got all that done, right? Now we're ready to give them their orders. They ordered from us. Let's stand out from the crowd. Do you want to be the person who dropped off the products in the Walmart bag? please tell me you are shaking your head no right now. Please, please, please tell me that you are saying no. I want you to pledge and say, I will never leave my customers' orders in a Walmart sack on someone's porch. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Thank you. All right. So how do we solve that problem? First of all, don't use a Walmart sack. Here's the deal with Scentsy, guys. When you place an order with Scentsy and you get it in the mail, whether it's you or whether it's your customer who just ordered off your website and they got it delivered to their door, whenever they purchase a warmer, a bag will come with it. So some of you out there, maybe you're newer, or maybe you just haven't quite realized that if you are placing an order that does not have a warmer in it, you will not get a bag in your box. Okay. So if you're just getting bars, or if you just ordered some layers products and you're like, what the heck? Do they not send bags anymore? Not unless you have a warmer in that order. So what I like to do is when I do have those orders with the warmers in them, I save those bags. So over here in my roll around, my second drawer, that is my bagging drawer. So that's where all my bags live. So I save those up so I always have them. And you can always buy them in the Scentsy family store too. So maybe you just don't do a whole lot of orders, don't have a whole lot of orders delivered to you. That's okay. You can buy them in the Scentsy family store, or you can just go to your local craft store, Target, wherever, and they have like clear bags, party bags, things like that, okay? They even have handled bags, whatever it is that you want to put it in. Just please avoid the store bags. For me, if you don't do anything else for me, please don't do that. Anyway, I save mine up, so I usually have a good amount of them on hand. So this is, I went ahead and did a sample order, right? So this isn't, you know, I like to be able to present my customers with something that looks pretty, because for me, I'm a visual person. And so would I rather have the Walmart sack on my door, or would I rather have this sack on my door and be like, look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. They were really excited when they ordered, right? We want to continue that spirit, that excitement. We want to continue it, right? And when we follow up with them, we want to know, and we're going to be very excited and be like, oh my gosh, what did you think of the scent beach? Did you absolutely love it? I thought you would just love that one. So I knew you were going to love it. So you have to tell me, do you like it? Continue that spirit throughout the entire process of the order and beyond. Okay, don't make me throw out the Buzz Lightyear reference. So I like to package it up pretty, and it doesn't take a lot of effort, and it certainly does not take a whole lot of money to do this. Okay, I'm going to break this down for you very quickly. This is just tied up here at the top with just some curling ribbon. Now I highly suggest that buying your packaging materials, go to your local craft store, or go to whatever store, and you can go through, like my local craft store is Michael's, and they have the ribbon section, and they usually have like ribbon for $1. It doesn't have to be anything fancy for me. I usually will buy like the big round, here, let me just show you. Look, a big thing of curling ribbon, right? I know I got it at Michael's. It doesn't tell me how much it was, but I know I probably used a coupon. So I probably got it fairly cheap with my coupon. But either use your coupons or just grab it whenever you see it on sale. But I don't know if you can see on there. There's a whole heck of a lot there. I bought like 3 rolls of this. It's going to last me for a while. So I use a lot of purple. So I just tied at the top with a purple ribbon. On my ribbon, I have attached part of my marketing materials, right? And we did this on craft night. So if you're looking back to the videos, go to the craft night web video and you'll see these. These are just empty clam shells that I had. So the the containers, right? When they're empty, I warm a lot of wax in my home. I got a whole bag in my closet, just empty containers. So utilizing what I have, I take those, I cut them off from the bottom part there, right? So I just have the front. And then I take a magnet and hot glue it to the back. And then on the front is my branding label or sticker right there. And then now they have a magnet for their fridge or their desk at work, file cabinet, what have you, whatever. So this is able to serve as a great marketing piece for me, hopefully. At least that's the intention. Okay, so inside, I just have tissue paper, right? Tissue paper there. This order has a warmer, so there's the warmer, and they ordered 3 bars, and so the bars I put over here on the side. And what I do with the bars is I actually take one of the smaller sacks and I put the bars all together because for one, again, presentation wise, it just looks pretty. There's like a package within a package. So it looks pretty, but it also keeps them from like rolling around in the bag because when I'm delivering orders, or, you know, I will deliver orders a lot to people at work who order from me, things like that. So sometimes I'm taking in like multiple orders and they may get jostled as I'm carrying all the bags in, or, you know, they may jostle them as they're taking them home. And when I get them home, I still want them to look as pretty as when I first wrapped it, right? So I try and keep everything as close together as I possibly can. So I will wrap my bars or what have you, even if it's room sprays, whatever, in like a separate bag and put it in there in the big bag. Then, 2 important things I think that every order that you do from here on out, if you're not doing it now, should include. I think that you should be including a scent sample in every single order that you put out, even if it's not scent of the month, okay? If you're a consultant and you're just starting out, hopefully you at least have 1 or 2 maybe personal bars, right? In your, what I like to call my super secret Scentsy stash. I warm a lot of wax, right? I can afford to make, you know, even if I didn't have like scent of the month bars and I wanted to just to send out some samples in general, you can take a cube or 2 from your personal wax and make up some samples so you can at least put some in your orders. Again, it's getting them to try something that they haven't yet tried. So in this order of 3 bars, of course, I'm going to, if I didn't have scent of the month, I'm going to try and look for anything else that I might have on hand that's not one of these 3 scents, because the whole point is trying to get them to try something that I think that they might like. So all of these happen to be fruity scents. So Shannon likes the fruity scents. So my sample, if I wasn't using scent of the month, would be a fruity scent, one that is not one of those 3 bars, so she can try something different. So I throw that in there. Then comes a handwritten thank you note, okay? I think a thank you card should go in every single order, and I think it should be handwritten. I don't even care if you have crappy handwriting. The whole point is to make it more personalized, right? Anybody like me can order a postcard with all this stuff already pre-written on it, right? So anybody can do that. Anybody can do that. Doesn't take me any time. Now on mine, I actually write what the scent is. So like that says guava honey. Like I always fill in the name. That's why I put that there, because I don't always use scent of the month. So whatever it is scent that I'm using, I will write it there. But other than that, I don't write on my postcards, right? That's the whole point of trying to make my life easy. But when I'm doing an order, I think that it makes a big impression to take 2 minutes when I'm bagging it up to personally say thank you in some shape, form, or another. Doesn't take me a lot of time, okay? And I actually get my thank you cards, shocking, but I get them from the Target dollar spot. So you'll see like here's a whole nother package, right? And I think 8 come in every single pack. Look, $1, $1. Okay, it does not have to cost a lot of money to do this, guys. It doesn't even have to be that. I also have, these are my generic ones, but that's okay, because if maybe I was out of my thank you cards at my craft store, I always have just note cards, right? They don't have anything on them. So these are like for anything else that I'm sending out, right, and doing a handwritten card for. But if I was totally out of thank you cards, you can still do a card on anything you want. Anything. You've got scrapbook paper. You can take scrapbook paper, fold it in half, and it is a card. Put it in an envelope. It's a card. Other than that, it is tissue paper, and then the warmer is in there, right? So that's how the orders get bagged up. So I've got that. Again, tissue paper you can find fairly cheap anywhere you go. Dollar store. I buy mine at Target. At the dollar spots. That's the kind of girl I am. And then for the bags, like I said, the big clear bags will come in your orders with a warmer. You can also buy them at the Scentsy Family Store. And then they also have the bigger sacks, too, that actually say Scentsy on them. So here's the catalog sacks. That's what they call the catalog sacks. That's what those 3 bars were wrapped up in. It was one of these catalog sacks with a ribbon on top. It will hold 3 bars very well. These are a little bit bigger, as you can see. Again, you can find these in the Scentsy Family Store. I think these are called merchandise sacks. I think so. But they're that size there. This is the perfect size if I'm doing a 6-pack of bars, or if I'm doing a nightlight or some of the layers products. These bags are perfect for that. The warmers are a little bit bigger, so they don't fit very well in those bags. So you do have to buy the bigger bags or save them from your other orders. Or again, grab them at the dollar store or at the craft store. If you've got a nice coupon, just buy yourself some bags, and just clear cellophane bags, guys. Way to dress it up is with tissue paper, and tissue paper is very inexpensive. The other thing is that no, absolutely no product should ever leave your house without a sticker on it. Okay, your contact info should be on absolutely everything that walks out of your door. Okay, everything should have that. Here's my little I don't want to say cheat because it's not a cheat, but this is what I do. I order this big sheet of labels, and I get it through 500labels.com. 500labels.com. Can you guess how many labels I get? 500. They're technically return address labels, but what I do on mine is mine say, need to reorder Scentsy? Jacqui Duran, text me. I text. There's my cell phone number, and there's my email address. So that goes out on every single product that leaves my house. Okay, every single product. Nothing goes out without being labeled. My other tip, because I struggled with this one for a while. And I'm going to finish up with this because I'm sorry I'm totally running over on time. Warmers. I used to sticker the outside of the box. I soon realized that not only when I ordered a warmer, I now as a consultant, I don't throw my boxes away because I use them for things. But customers, 9 times out of 10, either they won't keep their box that the warmer comes in, or it's going to get shoved away somewhere and they're not going to have any clue where it's at. So if they're going back to look for their contact information, if they don't have like a magnet that I made, or if they don't have my business card, or they're not friends with me on Facebook or something, you know, I don't want them to get lost, right? I don't. So this is what I do. And I do this in advance. So when I get my warmers in and I have my warmers, this is the warmer of the month for what? This was last month, right? For June? Yes, for June. So here's my warmer. And what I do is on every single warmer, I take a business card. And then I take, you'll recognize these from the grocery store. They're like little bread ties, twisty ties, right? I get these very inexpensive at the craft store. You can get them in bigger bundles. You can order them off of Amazon, whatever you'd like to do. But that's where I happened to grab mine last time. And what I do with my business card, it's upside down. What I do with my business card is I take it and I take my pretty star punch, like a little craft star punch, right? And I punch a hole, and I take my twisty bread tie and I twist it around the cord on the warmer. And then on the back of the warmer, if you can read that, it says, "Let there be light. Need a new bulb? Call me. Love, Jacqui." It is handwritten. Okay, it's handwritten. It's my business card. All of my contact information is there. I didn't have to print out a new label. I didn't have to create something brand new off the computer or anything like that. All I did was take a business card, punch a hole through it, put a bread tie on it, and write on the back of it to call me if they needed a bulb. That was it. You know what? The whole point of that is that they will keep it on their cord because it's got that little tie on it. So normally the cord will go like behind the table or wherever they've got their warmer sitting. And then, you know, if they need a bulb, all they have to do is look at the cord and go, "Oh, yeah, Jacqui." I can't remember what her phone number is. Oh, her business card's on there. Hold on. Let me look at the cord. You can make up tags if you'd like. I just like to keep things easy. Easy, easy, easy. That's what I'm all about. Trying to make it easy, but still give them a personal touch. So we've covered all that. So all in all, my main point here is if your customer service is going to be shining, then people are going to come back to you. Regardless if the person down the street from them sells Scentsy, regardless if they have somebody at work who sells Scentsy, they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, you sell Scentsy? My Scentsy lady is awesome. Do you know what she does? Like when I get my packages, they look like Christmas. It's so cool. And she makes sure that I always have the scent of the month, and she gives me those samples. Oh, I can't wait. I love when her samples come in the mail. It's like, oh, I love it. Oh, my birthday last year, she sent me a card on my birthday. That was so sweet. She remembered my birthday." She's going to come back to you because you're providing the customer service that she's raving about. As much as it might be convenient to order from the person in the office, your customer service is going to outshine. So let your service outshine. Stand out from the crowd. That is my overall message from tonight. Stand out from the crowd. Make yourself stand out. Figure out what that is. Come up with some great ideas of your own. I would love to hear you share your ideas of what you do for your customers or some things that you're going to start doing. Maybe hopefully this maybe sparks some ideas for you. So feel free to comment below. Let me know what you think and shout out what you do. I would love it even more if you hopped on my Facebook fan page and posted some pictures of what you do, because I'm all about the pictures. I'm all about the pictures. I love the pictures. I love seeing them. So please, if you don't mind sharing, I would love to see those. So thank you all for listening tonight and joining me. Next week, we will be doing a new topic. So we've got that coming up. If you have any ideas of topics that you would like to see or you're curious about or things that maybe we haven't covered yet, you know, we've still got a bunch of weeks left in this year. We're only in the middle of July, guys. So we've got plenty of time to cover topics. So feel free to shout them out. Contact me. Leave me a comment. Find me on Facebook there, Instagram. And let me know what you'd like to talk about. And we'll get this rolling. So until next week, I hope you have a wonderful week. I don't know about you guys, but here in Kansas City, it's a little hot, a little warm. And so if you're in somewhere where it's very warm, please try and cool off. Remember, keep your pets and animals in from the hot weather if at all possible. Watch out for our fur babies, please. All right, until next week, have a great one. I will talk to you soon. Peace, love, happiness. Have a wonderful rest of your week.